What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining the video again for today. And here we go, guys. We are trading at 37 cents for XRP, and we can see that we have a small push down on the crypto market. We are seeing red numbers. So what you have to know, guys, is that we are really close to some very important dates. And as we know, that March is really kind of a ceiling, kind of a maximum point where I would say by then, end of March, we need to have seen some kind of verdict on this lawsuit. Otherwise, it would be very weird. And I will show you why. UAE Central Bank to issue a CBDC as part of its financial transformation program. Again, many papers and many occasions are showing us that UAE is working with Ripple, right? They are officially a Ripple partner. There is no doubt about that. And here you can see the issuance of a CBDC aims to address inefficiencies in cross-border payments and drive innovation for domestic payments. Now, why this is crucial, guys, is because this is the reason they are making CBDCs. And what is the main reason that XRP is actually being used? XRP is being used for cross-border payments. That was always the first tackle point. That was the first solution. That was the first problem that it's trying to solve. It is solving it. But this is crucial, guys, because this shows you in the title and the truth about why CBDCs are actually being made. And it's all about those cross-border payments. This is so key, guys, because that's where the friction lies. That's where there is problems, right? And it will lead to economic growth when that is solved. So they are, of course, very intrigued to solve this problem. The Central Bank of UAE is planning to launch a central digital bank currency for cross-border and domestic use as part of its newly launched financial infrastructure transformation program, right? They're not just doing this, guys, because they want to go with the trend. They know that this is solving a major issue, right? According to this guy, governor of the CBUAE, the FIT program will support a thriving UAE financial ecosystem and its future growth. Apart from a CBDC, the government is also planning to launch a unified card payment platform to facilitate the growth of e-commerce and an instant payments platform to support financial inclusion and enable a cashless society. These are all possible with CBDCs. And that is why, guys, we are moving into a very important phase of time. Indonesia Central Bank unveils wholesale CBDC consultation process, right? Same thing happening. Now, we know that Ripple is very active in Asia and that they are also working together with all these Indonesia, and then we have Thailand, we have all these countries there. It's also working with them, right? The consultation of stakeholders is the first step in Indonesia to plan to launch a wholesale CBDC, which this guy says will be vital to making the country a leader in digitalization, right? Now, here we can see CBDCs would promote financial inclusion and deepen the money market while being environmentally friendly because of distributed ledger technology. And we all know that that's Ripple XRP, right? We can all see, guys, that they're all heading towards the same direction and people are still sleeping. This is an interesting tweet here, right? Webbit, the only calendar I think that has February 29th and February 30th is the lunar, which is 3/21. This is why March is also very important, guys. According to all the data that we have, end of March is going to be the most important date, okay? And there shouldn't be any other date that is more concerning than 21 of March, end of March. Why? Because we are also approaching the end of the lawsuit. Now, I'm not gonna bore you with any riddles. This is not because of riddles. This is because, guys, a lot of things are pointing towards March. This patent by Bank of America appears to show Ripple's distributed ledger system being used on the bank's existing settlement layer. Now, this is not a new paper or patent. This is very old, and we know that. But even if this is old, guys, why do you think they would just put it there? Why are they not putting any other cryptocurrency? Why not the other ones that are ISO 222 compliant? Ask yourself this, right? This has been planned for a very, very long time. This is not something that just came out of nowhere, right? Here we can see, guys, that this is a paper from the World Bank, okay? The worldbank.org, which you can find this paper. Now, they only mention XRP once, and they also mention Ripple here, right? And where is it under? It's under cross-border aspects. Ripple has developed a network based on DLT for cross-border payments. RippleNet allows financial institutions to send and receive international payments, transactions, as well as the use of XRP digital currency to bridge between different jurisdictions. The G20 has published a roadmap to enhance cross-border payments ahead of the G20's October 22 meeting. Now here you can see again, guys, that this has been planned for a very long time. This is not something that is just around the corner, right? And that is why it's taking so long. People think, okay, why is price not going up? They're using XRP, they're mentioning XRP, but nothing is happening. Because it's not being ready yet, guys. You have to understand this. The truth about Tether is slowly coming out. Imagine the bank run this would cause. Now, if the truth about Tether comes out, guys, we will have another problem, right? And then you have to ask yourself, what is going to happen with Bitcoin? Because it is not going to take long before this comes out. Tether is not backed by anything, guys. You have to be aware of this. This is the last one that is actually in there that is very dangerous for the people, for everyone. I would never leave your funds on an exchange, and I would never leave it in USDT, guys. I'm warning you again and again and again. Let's take a look.
Commissioner Massad, if Tether decides not to redeem, they're not legally forced to redeem because they're unregulated. So if they say, look, you guys want to redeem, your Tether for dollars, we don't have to give it to you. I mean, that's kind of been an accusation floating around for a while that they're not redeeming. So could there be a run on something if you can't redeem it?
But then what happens with other stable coins? What happens with the lending arrangements that have grown up around Tether? What happens then to the Bitcoin market because of the interactions between Tether and Bitcoin? You know, there's twice as much trading of Tether than there is of Bitcoin. And if those things start to happen, you know, what happens to Ethereum and other things when people get very nervous about the whole sector? These things escalate very quickly.
No one's ever gotten into the crypto market saying this is a safe bet and it's not volatile. I mean, that's sort of was not what they've been doing.
Well, that's fair enough. But, you know, when you start to have a market this big, 2 trillion plus overall in the crypto market, there can be consequences to, you know, the broader financial system that we don't want.
Very, very obvious, guys. Now, Tether will have a moment where it has to go through regulations or do any kind of things to show that it's backed by real dollars, which it is not, guys. I can guarantee you it's not. It is very, very dangerous to assume that it is, okay? Even if it is, you would be better off to not trust it, because that's how you protect yourself. Now, one last thing, guys, he forgot to tell you XRP had this problem solved before Ethereum even existed. Now, it's very funny, guys, how I always see that they never talk about XRP. Ask yourself why that is, right? These people do not want to show you what they're doing. That's clear. The elite will never show you what they're doing. So why are they never talking about XRP? It would be very, very interesting, right? Because, of course, they're not talking about it. They don't want you to know. Instead, they do stuff like this. Let's take a look.
So what makes cryptocurrency such an energy hog? Well, it comes down to 3 words: proof of work. Traditional old school money is created by a central institution that validates it and distributes it. But cryptocurrency relies on a network of computers to do this, called miners.
Now notice the first part that he said, guys. Look at this. It is created by a central institution that validates it and distributes it. What is Ripple doing? Ripple is doing exactly the same thing, guys. And this is to show you that Ripple is the future, because you have to understand that banks will not go away, but Ripple is behaving like a bank. It pre-mined all the XRP, right? Solving the whole problem that he's going to talk about anyway. So let's
It's on a network of computers to do this called miners. These miners create new money and then verify transactions with the proof of work system. It's essentially a lottery that miners, like, no matter who wins.
So basically, guys, he just talks about proof of work, and then he actually introduces proof of stake.
Using massive amounts of electricity. Emissions from Bitcoin alone are estimated to be comparable to Austria. So if crypto is here to stay, the question becomes, what do we do about its massive carbon footprint? Well, one option is to replace the proof of work system with a different system called proof of stake. Instead of miners doing less.
So you can clearly see that XRP is not being spoken of, and they introduce something else, which is Ethereum, right? Which is nowhere near as good as XRP for a payment system. Now, this is to show you again, guys, that XRP is the closest thing they have to actually use payments. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.